Hey everybody, long time no see. It's Ned over at My Philippine Dreams, and today we're going to do a short video on how to put together a Balikbayan box. Let's do this. To get a Balikbayan box, basically all you're going to do is do a Google search on Filipino store Balikbayan box, something like that. In this case, we're using UMAC. UMAC is big in Florida. They're out of Jacksonville. And we've been using a place called First Asian in the Villages, and that's what doing ours with their fantastic outfit. Now I've already started to put this together. As you can see, this is a jumbo size. They actually come in one smaller size, but we're going with the jumbos. These cost about $95 to ship, $100 to ship from the East Coast. We're down in Florida. When you first go into the store, you pick them up. They kind of look like this. This is a much smaller version. And if the guy doesn't know you, he's going to try to charge you like $5 because he doesn't know who you are. He could just be somebody coming in trying to get some boxes. So they look like this, and you bring them home, you put them together. And I've been doing this for about 10 years. In that period, I've sent about 40 boxes back to the Philippines to my family. And this one is the fourth. I've already sent 3. So this is the fourth and final one that I'm sending this year. But the most important thing to keep in mind is you want it to stay together. You don't want it to fall apart. So you got to make sure you put it together correctly. Now, over the years, I've experimented with different types of tape. As you can see, we got some packing tape here, we got some monofilament tape here, and we have some duck quack tape there. We also got some contact cement in the back. What I've found through trial and error, spend a little more money, get the filament line. It works a lot better. It's a lot stickier. Duct tape is okay, but it's not sticky enough. Packing tape is pretty sticky, but it's not strong enough. So get the filament line. Also, go down to Lowe's or Home Depot and get some weldwood, some contact cement. Any type of contact cement will get is fine. Now, when you put it together, the first thing you're going to do is this. Again, keep in mind this is a much smaller version of what it actually looks like. But first thing you do is you tape the bottom, the 2 big ones on the bottom, and then you lift these things up, put the contact cement down here, you put the contact cement down there underneath the flaps. You let it sit for about 15 minutes. Then you come back and you smush it down, and you put something heavy on top of this to hold it down. And I'd set it for about 24 hours, play it safe, and you're going to get a really good seal. The only downside to this is that you won't be able to break it down and reuse it when it gets to the Philippines, because it's basically going to tear apart when you get it. So that is how you use the contact cement. It's very important. You want to make sure this is as strong as possible. All right, once that is done, you can see this one's already done here. It's ready to go. What I usually do is I take some pieces of cardboard. This is a radio flyer. It's like a big wheel thing that I got my kids. So I usually put a couple of these at least on the bottom to give it a little more support. Some people will actually have Home Depot or Lowe's cut some plywood, put it down on the bottom, because again, you want strength. We're looking at about all this stuff is going into this box, so we want to make sure it's as strong as possible. What do we got here? Well, let's go through it real quick. First off is a wherever pan that I got from Goodwill, $9. We got some laptops that we're sending to the Philippines to give to friends and family as gifts. Got some XLR cord. Got some spare parts for the laptops in case we need those. This is a Dolphin wireless bar. We're going to set up a home entertainment system. This is the computer. I got this on eBay. It is basically a motherboard with a CPU. It's a Ryzen, and it's got a GPU. It's a GTX 1060, 6 gigabytes. And basically what I'm going to be doing is running our Dolphin system for our Wii for the kids in there, guitar system for the kids in there. And I always recommend when people are coming to the Philippines, you can get components for computers a lot cheaper in the United States. Just box the components up, ship them to the Philippines, buy a case there, and slap it all together. Nowadays, it's really easy to put together a computer. It's all basically plug and play as long as the components are compatible. We also got some almonds. We got lots of almonds. This is just 5 bags here. We got like 15 in the rest of the boxes. I love Amazon. It's delivering to the Philippines now with free delivery with orders over $50, but you can't get almonds. And Zoe loves almonds. We got some charges here for the laptops. I got a photograph right there. This is the final component of the karaoke system. I didn't want to get a local karaoke system because the quality's not that good. So I got a Mackie Pro mixing board, which is really good for karaoke. It's got built-in effects and all that. We got these Toner TW820 wireless microphones, which are pretty good and recommended by karaoke enthusiasts. And I lucked out because I was looking for an amplifier. And this is a Yamaha RX V6665 or something. And it's $13. This is HDMI. It's got every imaginable input and output you can imagine. The only problem is it's $13. It was a great, and it's in mint condition. It's in excellent condition. It's like, no, it's powered on and tested. The only problem is it's 120 volts. So I'm going to have to get a step-down transformer for that. But that's not a problem. You get some good ones in the Philippines because a lot of people bring over appliances that they need transformers for. Also got some extra stuffed animals that we picked up. The front wheel to the kids' radio flyer. That's going to be going. So that's basically it. Gonna have to fit all that into here. Also, of course, we got a lot of bubble wrap for the packing. So we want to try to keep everything as safe and secure as possible. So that's basically what we're sending in this final box. I'm going to put it together now. Also, don't shirk and don't be Coreyport. Don't be cheap Charlie when it comes to your tape. I wouldn't use this. The only time I use this is for putting on the labels. The filament line is much stronger. It's much stickier. It's more expensive, but you got peace of mind. And the duct tape is pretty much useless. You'll see Filipinos. They'll use that plastic strap, whatever it's called, the yellow stuff, you know what I'm talking about. They'll cover it entirely in tape. But in my experience with UMAC over the last 10 years, I have never, ever, ever, knock on wood, had an issue with them. They've done a fantastic job. Some of our boxes have been opened by customs, either outgoing United States or incoming Philippines, but there's never been an issue. The boxes have never been dented, smashed, waterlogged, anything like that. So far, it's been good experiences. So I'm gonna pack this up. We're gonna put a whole bunch of shipping labels all over it. We're gonna strap it down. I also put some more, after it's packed, I put 2 more layers of monofilament all the way around, usually double thickness, just to secure it as much as possible. And this boy here is going to be making about a 9,000, 10,000 mile trip to the Philippines, as will I in a couple of weeks. Oh, and a quick aside before we go any further. Balikbayan actually means, Balik means to return, Bayan is like home country, home. And for some strange reason in Turkish, it means kind of like fish lady, Balikbayan. But all that information's neither here nor there. Let's get back to it. So with that said, this is Ned over My Philippine Dreams. Puppies, rainbows, unicorns for everybody. See you next time on My Philippine Dreams.